Mrs May told her own backbench MPs, her own ones, she would step down ahead of the second phase of talks that will focus on the UK's relationship with the EU. Meanwhile, eight motions were tabled in Parliament yesterday because this is when Parliament took back control of the Brexit process. The only problem is they failed. They failed, the parliamentarians, because all of these alternatives, not one of them got a majority. I mean, some of them were less unpopular than others. And I think the one that looks most interesting, if you're trying to find a majority, is the customs union. But Willem has been trying to make sense of this extraordinary day. And I won't even ask you about Steve Baker's ludicrous comments yesterday as well. But let's concentrate on what Mrs May may be trying to do possibly tomorrow and whether the parliamentarians are going back to the table again on Monday. Willem, make sense of it if you can.
All right, so we had at the beginning of yesterday's proceedings in the House of Commons 16 different ideas that various groups of lawmakers in the House of Commons had suggested should be debated and voted on. The Speaker of the House of Commons chose 8 of those, and they ran the gamut of Brexit options, essentially. Those were then put to a vote in a rather unusual manner. Basically, MPs, lawmakers, taking pens and papers and ticking boxes against the options they liked or did not like. And those were then counted up, and the results were relayed to the House of Commons at around 9:30, 9:45 last night, London time. And what those results showed was there was no clear majority, but at least 2 of the options got quite close to a majority. One, as you mentioned, involving customs union membership, and the other talking about a confirmatory public vote, essentially a public referendum on whatever deal is decided upon versus another option most likely remaining in the European Union. Now, that was meant to be Parliament's first bite at the apple. And what the men and women behind this effort had said was they did not expect to see a very clear result after last night. And that's why they would like a second attempt on Monday, presumably to whittle down those 8 options even further and try and concentrate lawmakers' minds to try and get at least some kind of consensus on the next way forward. That's all because Parliament has twice defeated Theresa May's deal. Now, what she's trying to do, if she does try and bring her deal back to a vote as soon possibly as tomorrow, is persuade members of her own party that it is worth backing the deal in order to avoid a softer version of Brexit or no Brexit at all. And yesterday she took a rather significant step in trying to win support from those who've been opposed to the deal by saying under pressure that she would not lead negotiations for the second phase of Brexit talks as Prime Minister. Those could be as soon as May, June or July, because she recognised there was dissatisfaction in the party about the way that she'd led the first set of negotiations around the divorce deal. And so by making that offer, she's hoping to win over dozens of Conservative lawmakers who previously voted against her Brexit deal. The challenge remains, though, that she has a very slim governing majority thanks to this small Northern Irish party, the Democratic Unionist Party. And they, after her statements last night, came out very categorically and said at this stage they are still not prepared to back her Brexit deal, once again because of the Irish backstop.
We feel very fundamentally that the backstop in that withdrawal agreement makes it impossible for us to sign up to the withdrawal agreement. And you know what? I regret that, because we wanted to get a deal that worked for the whole of the United Kingdom, a deal that worked for Northern Ireland. But now we're in a situation where we cannot sign up to the withdrawal agreement, and it's all because the Prime Minister decided to go for that backstop way back in December of 2017.
So this tightrope Theresa May has been walking for months now seems to stretch on into the distance, because by saying that she will go, the thinking inside Parliament is that her successor will no doubt be someone who is in favour of Brexit, more so even than she was, and probably in favour of a slightly harder Brexit. And that will not help to bring over the opposition Labour MPs that she will need to make up for those lost DUP votes that we heard Arlene Foster, the leader of the DUP, talking about just there. So that's the quandary the Prime Minister now faces right now. Having offered to leave, there's no guarantee this deal will get through. If it doesn't get through, that leaves her position very, very tenuous, and questions about what happens next, once again, one imagines, in the hands of those lawmakers who last night could not come up with a clear winner alternative decision.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.